everyone, it's Bonnie with a Mat Pilates class for you. This class is really designed to work and release our spine. So it's going to have a lot of movement of the spine, rolling, flexion, extension, rotation, really with the plan to get your back moving as well as it can. Do some nice release work as well as some strength work for our core. So I'd like you to start sitting in kind of an easy cross-legged position. If you need to prop yourself up, you can roll up a towel or use a little blanket here and just try to let your knees fall comfortably open. If they don't go down real far, not a big deal. You're just gonna grab on, sit up nice and tall, and we're just gonna start with circling the torso. So as you go back, come into flexion. So pulling navel to spine as you come forward. Kind of open the chest and just move. Connecting into your breath. So flexing back. Exhale, inhale around and back. And then go the other way. So go around and flex back. And around. Inhale, exhale. So you're just trying to create as big of a movement as you can. Going through that flexion into some extension. Just nice big movements. Breathing in and out. And we'll do one more. And bring it on to center. And just stack the spine up nice and tall. We're just going to go through some gentle movements all the way through, starting with our cervical spine. Draw the chin down to the chest. Create space between the vertebra. And then bring your gaze upward. Think about creating space. So open up your heart center. And then chin to chest, draw down. And again, gazing up. And then return center. Turn the head, looking over one shoulder. Think chin over shoulder. And then other way, turning the head. Just go back and forth here. Just gentle movements of the neck. And inhale as you pass through. Exhale on that rotation. And now bring it center, going a little further. Turn the head as far as you can. And when you get stuck there, start to turn the shoulders. You can walk the hands one to the back, one across the leg. And just grow tall, lift and twist. Breathing in and exhale to release. Go the other way, turn the head, then move your shoulders, chest, walk the hands around, lift up tall. Breathe it in and exhale, center. And then we're going to take a side bend, placing one hand down. You can let that elbow find its way to the mat. Try to make that top arm nice and long. Roll the top shoulder back, looking up. And then rise other way, over. And just soften that elbow down. And then lift it on up. And then just take a gentle twist, just hovering the hands off the ground, spiraling back and forth. And then rest it on down. From here, we're going to come in to all fours, so hands and knees, and just continuing to mobilize our spine a little bit here as we warm up today. Spread those fingers. Toes can be tucked or flat to the mat, whatever feels best to you. And we're going to take our cat-cow. So we round it up, push the floor away, drop the head, and then extend, tail up. Shoulder blades back and down, chest and eyes lift. And then rounding up, exhale. Inhale, find that extension, gazing forward. sitting up, push the floor away. And extend. And then bring it to center. Set the feet, tops of the feet flat. Pick the right foot up. Tail wag. The foot goes to the right shoulder toward that same hip. And we bring it across. So here we're working on lateral flexion. Just important as you move to really think about all the ways the spine was built to move and try to incorporate all those into your movement practice. So one thing I wanted to create with this workout is kind of a segment at the beginning here, other side, that you can use on its own as a way to kind of warm up or finish your day with just some back release work. You know, that's just about 5 to 10 minutes of movement. Maybe if you're not feeling like doing a full class or you did something else, but you just know that you need that extra attention to your back. Hopefully you can revisit this. We're going to go into some more rotation. Bring the left hand to the middle of the mat, and we're going to spiral up with the right arm, making sure you're pushing the floor away and threading that needle under. Take that hand underneath and then reach. And we'll do this again, pushing the floor away. Inhale and exhale, twist under. So as you open up, push the floor away. And once more, just going as big as you can. And let's bring that to the center. Replace the hands right to the center. Push the ground away. Open up. And then underneath twist. And do this again. Push the floor away. Open up. And underneath. And press and lift. And under. And let's take one more. Reach underneath. And then bring it to center. You can find a child's pose that works for you. Option is to keep your hips up. Sometimes that can give you a deeper stretch in the shoulders. Another option is to do kind of more of a rounding, or if it feels good to sit all the way back, this can be a rounded shape as well, or you can lengthen it out. But you just find what works for you. And breathe here, breathe it in. And exhale. And again. And then we're going to bring it on up and start moving the spine a little bit more. So if that's where you need to kind of leave off, you can just do that. You got some good spine work in. Otherwise, you can continue on, and we'll get some exercises that take us deeper into working our core. So we're going to sit up tall, take the hands behind the legs, and we're going to flex our spine, the lumbar spine. So you're going to draw navel to spine, scooping back, and let the arms go long. So you're really sitting kind of heavy into this shape here. And then we're going to rise up and extend our spine. So we're going to lift the heart, kind of pull back, and then flex back. Exhale, rounding, and then lifting up. Inhale, tall. And take this again, flexing back. And lifting on up. Now we're going to turn this into a very open, rolling like a ball, or modified open leg rocker. So I'm really going to keep my arms nice and straight, focus on tucking the pelvis as I rock and roll, just very slowly. So exhaling, scooping in, and leading by pulling on my arms with my legs. So rolling back and up. And then this next one, we're going to bring it down and just stay down there. Take the feet about mat width apart, feet flat, arms out, And we're gonna go knees side to side. Take the knees to one side, head, shoulder blades stay heavy. And then go the other way. Twisting through our low back. To windshield wiper the legs. If you wanna add the head going opposite the knees, feel free to do that. And one more like this, back and forth. And then we're gonna come back to center and step the feet parallel. Bring the arms down by our sides and we bridge on up. Spinal articulation, tucking the tail, rolling the hips up, long neck, and then melt it down. One bone at a time. And do this again. Roll on up, push into those feet, and roll it down. Do this again. Tuck and roll up. Lift at the top and roll. You just don't really have an agenda here. You're not trying to grip anywhere other than trying to get the spine as mobile as possible. This next one, we're gonna stay up at the top and go into a hip dip where you take the right hip, dip it down, squeeze the glute on that side, and you go back and forth. Meanwhile, the knees stay relatively still in the center. Arms down, gently pressing down to open the front of the chest, starting to activate into the backs of our legs here. Breathing in and out. And take once more. Hold at the top. Soften through the sternum, your mid-back, and the low back all the way down. From here, bring the knees up into the chest, one hand around each leg. Gently rock side to side. And we're going to start connecting our abdominals into our backs. Because working the abdominals is a way to stretch the spine. So we're going to take that intention with us as we move forward. Put the feet on the floor. Bringing the hands behind the head. Come into an ab curl. So think today about this really being a lengthening of the spine. So you're trying to create more distance from your tailbone to the top of the head and lift up those shoulder blades and then lengthen back. So it's breathing out, looking forward, supporting your head, and then stretching back. Using breath to help facilitate that lift and lengthen down. And then once again up and down. Now we're going to bring our legs to tabletop position. You can leave your hands here, or if you feel more comfortable, bring them down. I'm just going to leave mine there, and I'm going to work from the bottom of the spine. So on this one, I'm going to hug the knees in toward the chest, thinking about just lifting that tailbone up and then releasing down. The same idea of lengthening, pushing the back down to create the lift. So that doesn't quite make sense. I'm pressing kind of underneath where your navel would be to create lift through the tailbone. And release again, using breath. So it's that little pelvic curl, no momentum, all breath driven here. And then we're going to put the two ends together. So as I curl up, I'm going to think upper to lower body and lengthen it out. Lengthen to come up. So the front side of our body is shortening, but the bottom side, the back side, is lengthening. So we create length as we rise and we go back. And we do this again, create length and back. And let's do a couple more here, creating that space. And then on the next one here, we're gonna come up and try or think about connecting the elbows to the knees. And breathing here, breathe in. Exhale, sink the belly, try to connect it even tighter. Inhale again, and exhale,
and then rest it down. That curl, single leg stretch. Using your arms to pull the leg in will also help you keep that lift of the torso, keeping that nice long spine here. We have 4 and 3. Go for 2 and 1. Now both knees in, double leg stretch. Take the arms up, take the legs long without losing that lift, circle around. So if you find that you fall back, try reaching your legs higher and the arms a little higher to create more lift in that exercise. So it's almost like a moment of suspension. And around. And one more time. And bring it around. Rest that head down. Single straight leg stretch. Right leg extends up. Reach the left leg. Try to walk those hands up nice and high to get that lift. And we switch the legs here. And scissor. And pull. And pull. And pull. And reach. Go 5. And 4. 3. Stretch. 2. Stretch once more. Legs up. And then rest on down. Take the knees side to side. From here, we're going to roll again. This time, grab behind those legs. Rock and roll up, finding your balance. And instead of being as open as we were last time, we're going to work on just keeping the elbows bent and letting the lower legs hang down. Still starting from breath, we roll back. And finding our balance. And looking down toward the feet. Always initiating from breath, without anticipating. Trying not to kick the legs out. And let's try one more. Oh, my mat slid on that one. Go ahead and put your feet down. From here, we're going to turn face the front and come into a Z-sit if that's available to you. If not, feel free to have this leg come out to the side or slightly in front of you. Arms come out. We're going to twist toward that back leg and then twist toward the front leg. And again, twist, reaching the arms and back. And take this again, rotating around and back. And then we're going to take a side bend. You can grab the ankle or just place the hand on the mat. Think about a nice long arm as you gaze up. And then we're going to take it over and let that elbow even come down. Big stretch. It's okay to let that hip lift off the mat. Back and forth here. Big reach over and back. And just go back and forth with this lift and over and up. Now we're going to add a rotation. So as we come over, rotate, extend that back leg. Now bend the knee in, circle the arms around and stretch. So arms cartwheel around, chest toward the mat. And then open up, side stretch. One more, like this. Open up, side stretch. Now we're gonna go over again. And then this time, as you come up, just stay facing this way and raise the arms up. Try to grow taller, keep rotating into that side. Take a breath in. And exhale, release. All the way down, change the legs other side. Finding that Z-sit, it's okay if the hip doesn't come all the way down. Just work where you can, arms out. Twist to the back leg and center. And toward that front leg and center. So work on lifting tall before you twist. We always want to create space between the vertebrae. So we add that rotation and back. And then we come to center. Over to the side, you can grab the ankle or hand to mat. And then we go side bend. Rise up. Try to go long with the arm here instead of shortening that. Really lengthen. Up and over. Again, up to reach and bring it back. And then this time, when we go over, we add that rotation, cartwheel the arms, extend the back leg, bend the back knee in, and counter stretch. And over. And rise to lift. And keep going there. Take it over, reach the leg, and lift. And take it over last time. Lift up and work on lifting those arms, rotating to the side and holding, breathing here. And then open it up. Nice work. We're going to take a seat to the side again. You can have your legs in front. And don't worry about them being straight, but really try to have a nice straight spine. Arms come forward. We're gonna spine stretch. That means navel to spine. Feel your shoulder blades separate as you slide forward. Energy in the arms. And then rebuild that spine bone by bone. Up tall. Inhale, exhale, forward. Abs in, reach. And then roll to rise. And once more forward. Exercise ring closed. And up. And then from here, bring the legs together. Feel free to have them bent. Spine twist, arms out, turn. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Other way. And I want you to be very aware of the legs. Try not to let your legs move in space. Something that can help here is to sit with your feet pressed into a wall so you can tell if they're sliding. One more each way. Breathe in and exhale. That's also going to really isolate the back without that pelvis moving. And then let those arms shake out. Moving into saw, separate the legs again, this time a little wider than the mat. Again, feel free to soften the knees. Arms come out. We're gonna turn to our left. Reach forward, flip the back hand so the thumb is down. Look back as you slide forward. Roll the spine up tall, stay in rotation and return center. Other way, twist. And reach, back hand down, slide, and roll up. And we'll go a little faster with a flow. Inhale, twist, exhale, over. Lift on up, and center. Other way, twist, reach, and rise, and center. Do this again. Turn it here, and reach, and rise. Center, again, twist, and lift. Center, lower it down, shake it on out. Come on to the hands and knees. Take a little flow, moving through our spine. You can start back. Let's start everybody in your version of your child's pose that you found earlier. And then we're gonna round from here. So we're gonna tuck the chin, shift the weight forward. And as you come forward, just open up into a long spine, flat back.
Bend the elbows in toward the ribs as you lower all the way to the mat. And then take your swan, roll the chest forward, shoulders back, breathing in. Exhale to lower down. Stay strong in the belly here, draw the belly up, stay on the knees, do a push-up, and then rock back. So we're just gonna take this flow, throw some progressions in here. Just challenge the core and the arms. Inhale, and exhale down. And rise up, and stretch back. And do this again, come forward, and lower it down. Inhale, find that extension, and exhale. And push up. Now you can choose to change this to your downward facing dog. Pressing into those hands. And then as we round forward, it's up to the toes, flex the spine, open it up, and lower all the way down, elbows in. Tops of the feet flat. If you want to go bigger to a straighter arm, just make sure you pull the belly up to support that stretch. Roll down the front of the spine. And you can keep the knees down here or tuck the toes, knees lift, belly lifts, push straight up, and pike up. And we'll just take a few of these. You know your options. Kind of mix and match. Switch, alternate between the bigger movements and the smaller ones, depending on what you need today. And we'll go 2 more times through. Forward, down, breathing in, and out. Down dog or child's pose. Shift the weight forward, all the way down. Find that extension. Lower and rise, stretch, and just hold wherever your stretch is. And then we'll bring it in, bringing the knees to the mat, and circle them around to come back onto our backs again. So rolling back. We're going to bring it all the way down to the mat and take a little rollover progression here. So we're going to bring our legs up and just cross at the ankles. Arms pressed down by our sides. Chest nice and open. We're going to draw the knees in, try to hover, and then release. So it's a little hover of the tailbone and down. Activating those deep low abdominals and release. One more time. And release. And then cross the other leg on top and just try if you can to lift a little higher. Requires more work at the back of the arms, melt down. And if that's not there, no big deal. You just work where you can. Keep that neck long, keep the head heavy. And one more time. And roll down. Right, at the bottom, just bring it in, let the knees rock. So those are good places to start if you're feeling up to it. I'm going to talk you through a full rollover. So this is done with the legs extended, so nice and long. And we're going to just keep them together to start. Reach them away from your body slightly, breathing in. On the exhale, they come up towards you, you roll the tailbone off, and you come legs parallel to the ground. We're going to separate the legs shoulder width, flex our feet, keep the neck long here, and roll down through the spine, bone by bone.
to the mat. As they lower, they come together. Toes point, we roll over. And then we separate the legs, we flex those feet, keep the neck long, head heavy, roll down. Use the back of the arms a lot. One more time here, legs together. Roll over. Separate the legs, flex the feet, energy pressing upward as you roll down. All the way to the bottom, draw those legs in, gentle rock. Hold behind the legs, rock and roll yourself up. And we're gonna take rolling like a ball again. So we're gonna grab around the front of those legs. This time, draw the head closer to the legs. Heels draw in. We try to maintain this shape as best we can as we roll. Mat is sliding on this floor. We'll see. Rolling back. And up. And again, roll. Try to maintain the shape. Couple more. And one more time. And up. All right, from here, let's stand all the way up. And you're just at the edge of your mat. And we're going to take those arms, stretch them up above the head. Inhale, reaching upward, engaging the glutes. And then round forward. So create a frame of the head and just melt through the spine all the way down. Even as you get down, let's bend the knees. You can really create length through the spine. Just kind of melt there and then slowly peel up, pressing into the feet, tuck that pelvis, and bring the arms up above the head. Stretching up tall, squeeze the glutes, lift up. And take this again, rounding over. And you just go wherever you can go and then melt. And roll all the way up. The arms come up, squeeze the glutes open. And let your arms come down. And then just take a gentle twisting out of the spine. Okay, thank you all. Hope that felt good on your spines. I appreciate you joining me. I will see you next time.